Okay, so just a moment ago I was drilling out for the magnets using the quarter-inch drill bit, and this is a prototype helmet. I actually want to cast it with a little bit more material in the corners here, but as I was doing it, this broke out. So I thought this would probably be a good example to show how to fix that if that happens. I used a round file just to clean up exactly where that magnet should go, and I'm going to go ahead and tape that magnet in place where it needs to be. And I mentioned before about marking the correct side to the magnets to make sure that they attract to each other and not repel. So what I'm going to be doing to hold those in place is using a quick steel, which is a two-part epoxy, and you're going to slice off the amount that you want. And the trick is to knead. If you see there's a lighter gray and a darker gray in between, you're going to compress that together. And first thing I did was, before I popped the magnets in, I went ahead and sanded that with some real, like, 60 grit sandpaper, just to get a real chewy texture inside there, or what I sometimes refer to as cheese grate it. So you really tear it up to get a really rough surface, because if the surface is smooth, this quick steel isn't really going to bond to it as well. And I actually scratched up the magnet just a little bit to make sure it's going to really stay in place. So the trick is to really mush this together. I like to use gloves because it kind of has like a weird smell and it really sticks to your skin. So just mesh this all together, and you can read the packaging. It gives you a little bit more information about it, and you can use any kind of tools like popsicle sticks to help spread it on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and press this up as much as I can up around the magnet. You can kind of see what's going on. So my fingers underneath here are really pushing this in place. And since this is going to dry like rock hard, I want to kind of go ahead and take this time to make it, a little bit smooth inside. You can use the tools if you want to spread out a little bit more, but I think this is going to work okay. Now it's going to be important that you make sure that this magnet stays flush here. You don't want to push it up through. You want to make sure this epoxy is completely coating the magnet so that it stays in place. You can kind of see through the tape here where I'm building it up so that it'll be straight. I'm letting it build up just a little bit bigger so I can take the file back through and clean that up to kind of give a nice look. You can kind of see underneath here. I'm building that up. Make sure the epoxy is well compressed up against the helmet. And I see some of the magnet exposed here, so I'm going to squeeze this back over the magnet just to make sure it's completely immersed into the epoxy here. And let this cure, and do that to all the magnets, and then clean up any excess. You can sand it, and that's the idea, to hold the magnets in place.